Hello, YouTube. Hello to my YouTube community. I hope this video finds you all well, my loves. So, this video is going to be a bit different. This is going to be a testimonial for Cynthia, Soul Whispering Healer, over on Instagram, whose handle you will find in the description box. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to take a minute to like, subscribe, comment so you don't miss the next one. Okay, so y'all know when I pull my tarot cards, I typically spray this before Spirit Renewal Spray by Cynthia by Soul Whispering Healer. Now, we are going to talk about Cynthia and my experience working with her, my spiritual connection with her, and my personal testimony. So this is going to be very personal, and this is going to be very much focused on my spiritual journey and how I ended up essentially choosing Cynthia to help me, to guide me through some very turbulent times. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and spray a bit of the spray, Spirit Renewal. Get this off on a nice clean slate. So I have had numerous sessions with Cynthia. Cynthia is a certified life coach, and she's a spiritual coach. She does Reiki. She has such incredible abilities and such incredible power. Cynthia herself has an incredible testimony because she was able to physically heal herself and manifest completely different physical reality, which is something that I admire very much. Cynthia has worked very hard to be where she is today. So I came across Cynthia through Instagram, and I want to say I began reaching out to Cynthia for coaching sessions, I want to say 2018, definitely in 2018, maybe even going back to 2017. I've been following her for years, and she's helped me get through some of the most turbulent moments of my life. The last few years leading up to me leaving New York were intense, were so intense. I was under so much pressure, and I had no clear vision. I had no clear idea of how the circumstances would look for me, how things would be turning out overall in the future. My first reading with Cynthia was to read my soul and to read my soul's journey and to see if I've been on this earth before and how that connects into my present life and my overall soul's journey. That was so intense and so mind-blowing to hear about what it was like for me in a past life and how that affects me in this life, what these two lifetimes have in common, more or less, and how they differ immensely. I will not share too much about what Cynthia told me about my past life because it is precious information to me. But I will share with you that Cynthia informed me that I was a man in a past life, and I think that explains a lot about me. And if you know me personally, you get the joke. But Yeah, it was very much mind blowing. Going on to when I continued working with her, um, and her really informing me that my life's journey and my soul's purpose in this lifetime was much deeper than anything that I could have fathomed, or anything that I was currently dreaming of or trying to manifest. That I was going to end up doing so much more and so much bigger than I had originally planned. So that was just really, I remember being in awe. It was very reaffirming to me at those, I've probably had at least between 5 and 7 sessions with Cynthia. Um, so I'm going over the entire span of my sessions with her. I was going through some hard shit. I was going through some deep shit, very, very deep, dark shadow work. Really kind of seeing not just how shitty my life could be, but how shitty I could be. Really seeing the worst of myself, really seeing those areas that needed the most improvement. Again, we're going back to like 2018, 2019. My life was very turbulent. I was in the process of trying to figure my life out after Trump passed us to FOSTA, and figuring out what my next move was going to be. Um, you know, it was a really turbulent time. I didn't necessarily feel the best about myself because I was feeling asked out. I was processing a major L. I felt like I had failed. I absolutely failed. And it was different than an academic failure. I felt like I failed myself in ways that I never thought I would ever fail myself before. And Cynthia was very clear with me as to rejection being such a redirection. I was so upset. Like, I was so upset about everything that I was losing, about everything that was changing, about the stability that I was no longer gonna have. I was so caught up in all those details and all those L's. It was so overwhelming. But Cynthia was able to have the gift and the perspective to see for me that it was just such a major shift in my life and such a major redirection. I had no direct intention of moving to Canada. I had no direct intention to leave New York. I never thought I would leave home. So it was intense. I didn't know I was moving to Canada until I didn't know I was moving till the university accepted me. Feel me? Like, I had no plan. I applied on a whim. Like, it happened, but I would have never applied if my life wouldn't have been falling apart. If I wouldn't have been taking all those L's, if I wouldn't have been so damn uncomfortable. And this is what I try to tell y'all, that growth is not comfortable. I was very much blindsided by all the major changes and shifts in my life. I didn't see none of that shit coming. So it did catch me very off guard, and I was very overwhelmed, and it pushed me into a very, very dark place. I felt like a total failure. I felt like a total and complete failure. I had no plan B. It was very much plan A or nothing. So I remember her explaining to me that I was being redirected, and that in the big picture, it would make sense, give things time. this is uncomfortable because there's so much transformation going on. I was in so much pain that it took me it took me a while to really process that message. And I went to Cynthia continuously for these sessions throughout the time that I was so uncomfortable and I was going through such a major transition. An international move is not easy. An international move that you didn't think you were going to do, you know, yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Everything caught me so off guard. The moves I was making, that I knew I had to do, that were gonna be for my safety, for my security, for my financial stability. Oh my God, the list goes on and on. For the right to me to control, for my right to control my own body, reproduction rights. I had no idea I was gonna be making such a major move, until everything fell apart and I had nothing better to do, quite frankly. I was so hurt, and my ego was so wounded. And the sessions with Cynthia really got me on track in terms of being able to have some sort of perspective, being able to step out of the details and my emotions and see the big picture and see that things are only changing. There's nothing going on but change, meaning the tide has to turn. It's not always going to feel so stormy. It was very difficult for me to process these messages, but I knew that I needed them. And although I was feeling very down about myself and who I was, Cynthia always spoke life into me and uplifted me. Spiritual readings are different than a regular conversation because this esoteric knowledge, whether it be an aura, somebody's aura, reading someone's cards, palm, reading someone's soul, reading someone's path, y'all, is intimate. Feel me, is intimate. And I definitely had a wild list of not regrets, but things I did out of survival that I was very conscious and self-aware about, because my ego causes me to yield when I know that there's a possibility of being judged. So on a spiritual level, it was intense for me to allow someone to read me in that way. Feel me? Like, I don't go to many readers and things like that. Cynthia's probably the only other like reader or something that I've gotten a reading from that I can think of right now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she's the only one. It's very intimate for someone to see your soul and things like that. So I was very self-conscious of what she was going to see when she read me, and what she was going to say about me. And despite the fact that I was doing things that were not the best, that were pretty self-destructive or that were just plain reckless, she was very, very keen on seeing my light and seeing the shadow work that I was going through, and coaching me through my shadow work, and coaching me on the transformation that was taking place, and really making it clear to me that the reality that I was, the new world, the new reality that I was creating for myself, that I was manifesting, was so much more, so much bigger, so much more grand than everything that I was currently dealing with. She really assured me that I was manifesting a new reality, and that all these doors that I felt were just slamming in my face in New York were just major redirections from the universe to the next chapter, to the next level, but also to living my life in a completely different way. When I started getting readings with Cynthia, fun fact, when I started my sessions with Cynthia, I was not yet open with IG in the world about me pulling cards and my witchy side. I was not necessarily out the broom closet 100%. And yeah, she definitely coached me and let me know that that was going to be a part of my journey in this life, to be a sort of messenger, if you will, Ache. So I had no plans on that, you know? Like, it definitely was not something that I saw coming for myself. I did not plan having a YouTube channel. I procrastinated on this damn channel for years. I was just not privy to it. It wasn't really my fancy, but here we are, you know. This was very much surprising to me when I had my sessions with Cynthia. But she was right about everything. Cynthia's never been wrong with anything that she's told me, with any of her guidance, with any of her coaching. Cynthia is on point. Her coaching is everything, especially if you feel like your journey is very turbulent, or if you feel like you're experiencing a very turbulent, crazy, chaotic moment. Definitely, definitely a great time to have a session with her, so you can get the guidance that you deserve, so you can understand, you know, the work that has to be done, from a different perspective, you know. And also, Cynthia's a certified life coach, okay? So for those people who are very rational minded, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be the perfect happy medium between being super rational and being super practical and being spiritual. I would highly recommend a session with Cynthia for people who are serious about their spiritual journeys, who are serious about completely changing their lives, and for those who are really suffering through the transition, whether they're conscious that a transition is occurring or not. Cynthia is going to be an incredible person for you if you're looking to really change your entire life around and to really seriously heal those major wounds. Cynthia, for me, has been such a blessing and such a guiding light, always reminding me of my worth and always reminding me how loved I am. I don't think I've ever met a woman with the amount of grace that Cynthia has, because Cynthia's been through some shit, feel me? Like some shit. Y'all gotta like go on Cynthia's IG, go on her website, and like y'all gotta like really bear witness to her testimony, because Cynthia's really been through some shit in life. But her smile, the way she carries herself, her strength, just the woman she is, the positivity, the love that she gives this world, like, that woman is grace. That woman is literally grace. So Cynthia means a lot to me, and I try to be ethical, and I try to give credit where credit is due. For a fact, I would not be on YouTube. I would not be on IG. I would not be working professionally pulling tarot cards if it were not for Cynthia. Um, her encouragement, her messages, her teachings, uh, the knowledge, the gems that she gave me in our sessions, and the fact that she saw so much light in me when I was going through so much darkness. I am so grateful for her. And I'm always like reposting her stuff and tagging her on IG because Cynthia's the truth. Like, dead ass. So I definitely wanted to come on here and give y'all a little testimony video because honestly, those readings changed my life. Like I said, I've had between 5 and 7 sessions with Cynthia. So she's worked with me on an extended basis. So my progress, and like when y'all see me do Witchy Wednesdays, when y'all see me on IG pulling cards, like, trust, like, Cynthia like started this in me. Cynthia very much uh kind of gave me that nudge, gave me that push to really take it seriously and to really understand that it was for me. It was me. It was an extension of my soul. So I am eternally grateful to her, and I believe in giving credit where credit is due because she has been such a mentor for me in the spiritual community and for my own spiritual development. She has been absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. That woman is soul tribe for me. So I definitely wanted to give y'all testimony because I'm always tagging her. Sometimes people do DM me and they ask me about her. So this is my personal video testimony for Cynthia, Soul Whispering Healer, and I do hope that y'all follow her YouTube channel, follow her on IG, her Twitter, all that, because she is the truth. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.